This video is about the Panama user or TikTok person that has the little alien organism that he grew out of, that actually grew out of a rock, out of a meteorite that fell in his backyard. And there is an organism that looks like venom that grew out of the rock, and it's growing, and it doesn't need any light, food, oxygen in order to grow. So I pulled some cards on this, and what I got is that it's not real. At least the videos that this guy is posting are not real. He has some type of connection to the government or to some type of, some type of group, but he has a connection to something, to the government or to some type of organization. And the videos that he's putting out are not real. I do see that this exposure, these videos are intentional. It's more exposure for people to get used to the idea of interdimensional, extraterrestrial beings and the different type of beings that exist, and getting us out of that idea that all extraterrestrial beings look a certain way, and that there can be organisms that also exist. So it's more of exposure than it being a real video or him actually growing something in his house and him not being stopped or nobody visiting him. Regardless of whatever country he's in, which he's in Panama, there is no way that something like that can happen and he doesn't get a visit. First of all, he doesn't get a visit, and then second of all, that he gets this meteorite and he starts posting online. So that's the other thing that it just doesn't make sense. We are in a very controlled environment. And we are very much being watched and heard all the time, especially if you're posting on social media. So I did ask. I asked if these videos were real, and I gotta know. Okay, but I feel like this is more of, aside from the videos being real or not, I feel like this is more exposure. This is more of of getting people used to the idea of interdimensional extraterrestrial beings, on the idea of what they might be, what they look like, what that can mean for us, and the different types of interdimensional extraterrestrial beings. Because there are a lot of people that do not believe in these beings, and there are other people that think that they are either demons or that they are bad or good, or so I think this is more of I guess, like a conversation, making light into being more open to the idea of other beings, being more open to the idea that of being open to the idea that not everything is good or bad. Some things can just be. For example, let's say poison ivy. Poison ivy is bad for us if we touch poison ivy, but in essence is not good or bad. It just is. Does that make sense? Or like a black widow. We are used to a black widow. We know what it is, so therefore it doesn't scare us. But we know that it could be bad if a black widow bites a human being. You get what? Does that make sense what I'm saying? So it's not so much. So it's more of opening up our perspective on what is good and bad, and maybe just seeing things as just being, just it is what it is, and it doesn't mean that it's good or bad. It might be bad for us as a human race, or for the earth or its earth's organisms, but it doesn't mean that it's bad. It's just not natural to our habitat. And I think that's something that we're also getting used to, because there are several different types of interdimensional beings that look different, that operate completely different to how we operate. And so this is just breaking our idea of what we have thought about, aliens and interdimensional, and opening up that perspective, and opening up I think it's opening up, being more open to this exposure, because we've always seen videos and they've always been a little blurry, and we've never got the full story. We know that they exist. We know that there have been people that have witnessed, but I think this is just the beginning, and we're going to be exposed to much more. So this is getting our feet wet for what is to come. Getting our feet wet to the idea of the many different types of interdimensional beings that we might be exposed to, or that we might see, or that we might hear about. But as far as this video, the Panama, I'm getting a no. It's not real. But there is an intention to it. It is very intentional. And this is for exposure, getting us comfortable with the idea of extraterrestrials and the different types of extraterrestrials. And shedding light into what is to come, because there is more, and this is just the beginning. And I think we already have some of these beings already in our world, on Earth, but we just don't know it. So this is just exposure. The videos are not real according to what I got. And let me know what you think in the comments.